Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tucson. So, it's off and on. Some days it's stronger than others. I have been singing this song nonstop. It's called "The Jar of Hearts," and it's sang by Christina Perry, Perri, and it's about how people have a whole bunch of hold on, I'm sorry. It's about a person who will get involved and then pulls away, and then keeps coming back in and out, constantly. So I've had these experiences. You give your all and they give you none. Or at first they give you their all and then they walk away. It's like they pull on those hearts, There's a lot of empaths out there and a lot of people who truly do care. And I do believe in love at first sight because it happened to me. It just came out of nowhere. But I've talked about that in my past videos, in my earlier past videos. So, this message has been with me. I'm like, okay, I'll post it, don't worry. And then I would just do other things. But today, I'm here right now making the video. And then, so there's another book. It's called Emotionally Unavailable. And I haven't really read this one, and it's because I've had all different types of experiences with emotionally unavailable people. And it was funny too because when I dated this specific person, so 3.5 years ago, he was a romantic type. So how he lured me in was he would make me things and then leave them on my porch early in the morning, and then he'd call me around 6 or 7 to let me know he left me a surprise. So that's how he got me in. But Father kept giving me symbols, letting me know what was going on. But I was embedded, and he would have conversations with me about it, how can it be possible love at first sight? And I'm like, it just is. But in that case, I still didn't know that I was gifted. I believe his partner who passed was a big part of this, and that's because there was a song, Remember Me. Not Remember Me, it was written by, it was a new movie of that the Star Was Born, and sorry, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I can't talk. It's like something's trying to keep me from speaking, but I'm gonna speak this because it needs to be done. So just stop. But he did a lot of very helpful things. He seemed like he was on board, but the problem I didn't really like about him is that he ghosted me real bad, and there was no explanation, no nothing, and he just left it, hanging. In the past, I've had that experience with the other one that was earlier that put all those recording devices all around my house, video and audio, in my car. He loaded up everything, and he used to tell me to think, oh, this person's been in your house and that person. I just always wonder how he knew, and one day I went to this one place and I didn't know, and he comes to me and on the inside of the house in the kitchen he pushes the windows open They weren't even locking properly. I didn't know. And but he did. So I must have saw somebody come in through that window because he changed my locks. Anytime I moved somewhere, he changed my locks. He gave me a key. I didn't realize he had the other key. So there was a lot of things I learned with that one specifically. And I cared for him. But so my favorite song is Halo. He would, and I felt like I would never allow me to sing that anywhere around him. Nowhere. It was just a big con. So what he would try to do too is he would try to get me to invest in ways to make money. So I'd do all the reading and the research and stuff, and I'd give it back to him with a report. And I'd be like, no, you spend your own money and you do it. I mean, he had some good ideas, but I was already busy as it was. And he was always trying to keep me busy. And he used me as a pincushion. And that was very wearing, wore me down. But he was out there having affairs and I didn't even know. So one day, we're in the grocery store, and he runs up to me really fast. And then he tells me in the car, I thought it was weird, so he explained to me, why he was running up to me. But I didn't ask questions. People always tell themselves that they're guilty about something. And I missed it. Even when he said, he goes, yeah, she tried to hit on me. And then he tried to place in my mind, oh, they're prejudiced because you're dating me. You are dating out of your race. Why would they be mad at me? You know what I mean? Like, he was always trying to convince me that people are out to get me. I can't think that. Awkward father. That's your problem, not mine. So you gotta watch, and like if we would get in arguments, he'd be gone for 2 or 3 days. He'd just disappear. That's okay. It didn't bother me. He would take things of mine and hide them for a long time. I never asked for them back because I thought it would be longer before I could get them. So I acted like I didn't even know. And he'd be in the car with me. Like, I really love the silence because I get to spend a lot of time with Father. Him and I talk and we go over a lot of things. And he used to say to me, why do you talk to yourself? Well, I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to Father. And a lot of people do it. I'm not the only one. Very special people, especially. I've had more people admit that to me than anyone I know. Because we're not alone. We're never alone. So, a person may put you alone, but be thankful because now you spend time with Father. So those were 2 types. And then my dad, he would have conversations outside the home, but he wouldn't have real conversations with us. There was a couple of serious ones that he had with us about the life, but he would just spoke it and then walked away. There was no discussions. And also too, like, I remember when I had my son, they were like, well, you should ask him how his day is. Nobody asked me how my day was when I was growing up. So it's like, why didn't they do the same with me, So through my daughter, I've talked about this too. I've learned how relationships work, what the process is, and then I've seen, her in her relationships, and I thought, oh, these are really nice. But there was this one that she was in, and he was highly toxic. And anytime she would stand her ground, she would ask him to leave, and he wouldn't. One night, he sat all night long on her porch. I mean, his dad was the same way. And they blamed each other, whenever they did things. So, but they would never, own their stuff. It was constant confusion all the time. And I find it interesting was that when they didn't have the baby, he would sleep all day long, get up first thing in the afternoon to open a beer, and then that went the whole day, let's go to the bars, let's go play games, let's do all this. but he carried a backpack, right? So he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And when things didn't go his way, he would bolt. But he wasn't responsible. And I have a 3-day rule. You're here longer than 3 days, you start paying either rent or food. And he didn't like that, you know. And I remember too, she used to load her house up with junk food. She always had everything he needed. And I was like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she realized that she was aiding and abetting a narcissist. And then when things started really getting closer in her pregnancy, she started opening up and she started speaking to me. So I just sent her videos and things like that, which, you know, I've talked about in the past. Because really, in honesty, it's the person who has to make that decision. Because if you don't, it becomes a back and forth thing. And I know because I've had some experiences with leaving. And I've talked about that too in the past. But she doesn't really, I've only briefly looked through it, but she's labeled each of those things. And then also too, codependency. And thank you. Whenever you read any kind of self-help book in a relationship, codependency is a big one. Because empaths love to help people or rescue. And I've taken care of all my stuff. And since this whole thing happened to me, I'm a little different now. I'm not closed off. My heart's not hard. But I'm more aware. And I pay attention now. It's not like, yeah, I'm into love. I mean, even in my age, you know, like, I'm almost 60. And, you know, I haven't had, you know, any new opportunities, and I'm fine with that. But if I was to, it would definitely, you have to come forward with the truth only. If you're lying, you're busted. It doesn't take long. There's all kinds of, you know, like they say, they tell on themselves. And there are ways I can check too. So, and it's male or female, by the way. There's a lot of books on this, but this one seems more of a, like a thriller. So, it's, for me, it has to be specific. And Father knows, anyway, he knows exactly what I need. And there's a lot of videos on that, more and more and more. And sometimes, you know, I just keep those fresh in mind. But remember too, we do have some narcissism in ourselves, but we don't take it to the extreme, you know, I mean. But when we stand our ground, or if things happen to us, it happened to us. These feelings are real, they do exist. I'm not making that up. Stick to what your body tells you. You know, it tells you everything you need to know. If you're overeating when you're with someone. So this was an interesting one. So the one I dated and waited for years. When we started dating, I got him down from he was 375 pounds and I got him to 250. He was walking around like always in white, you know, he was in, you know, blah blah blah. And then he turned around, and how he did it was, you know, if you eat skinnier slices, you know, you're not going to get the calories. Skinny slice, they ate the whole pie. It took me all day to eat it, but I ate it. Sometimes I'd sit down, you know, and do that. I had another relationship way back when, and he was definitely an emotional abuser. He was in and out so much, you know, in and out. I had a couple of those. But I didn't realize they were in and out people. You know, we had children and stuff, and they worked from home. Well, that was a red flag, and I should have known better, but I didn't. I have a lot of really good friends whose partners worked from home when they left with them, you know. But these guys are like, no, you just stay home, everything will be fine. Yeah. Thank you for the lessons, guys. It all paid off. But I just wanted to share that with you because I really want this song out of my mind. And but the cool thing though is it keeps it up front for me. And so if anyone's thinking about anything that's gonna be not good, I'm gonna start singing that song in here in my mind. Yep. All right. Well, I'll leave that with you guys, and God bless. Take care. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Peace.